my name is Courtney. If you are new around here, then welcome to my channel, and if not, then welcome back. Today we are going to be making what is probably my favorite food group, sauce. I really like sauce. I like to dip all of my food in sauce or smother it in some kind of sauce. And today we are going to be making my 3 favorite plant-based sauce recipes. The first sauce that we will be making is a great creamy tahini-based salad dressing that Bryce and I have been obsessed with recently. The second sauce that we will be making is my go-to nacho cheese sauce. And the third sauce is something that I have made on this channel before, and it is my peanut butter stir-fry sauce. So let's get started. Here we have everything that we will need to make the tahini dressing. We need apple cider vinegar, olive oil, tahini, soy sauce, garlic, and a little bit of water. And you will also need some measuring spoons and a measuring cup. Something else that I will be using is this little food processor. You certainly do not have to use a food processor. You can use a blender, or you can just kind of whisk it all up by hand. The only difference is you will have to crush or chop the garlic before you put it in. The first thing that I will be adding to the food processor is 1 cup of apple cider vinegar. Oh, if I can open it. 1 cup of apple cider vinegar. And to that, we will add 1 cup of tahini. Next up, we will do 4 tablespoons of soy sauce. Now 4 tablespoons of olive oil. Okay, I am having some sort of leaking problem with my food processor. I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to my blender. The final thing that we will need to add to this is some garlic. I do about 3 cloves, but you can adjust it however you'd like to. 3 cloves of garlic going in. So at this point, you can tell what the consistency of your dressing is, and you can add water if you would like to thin it out a little. Mine is a little bit thick, so I'm gonna add a little bit of water. I'm gonna start with like 3 to 4 tablespoons. I think that is actually pretty perfect for me. So I like the consistency after 3 tablespoons of water. And now you have a jar of very healthy salad dressing. Gonna put this in the fridge now and move on to the next sauce. Now we are moving on to the cheese sauce. Cheese sauce. It is not real cheese, obviously, it's vegan. It might seem kind of strange if you haven't heard of this kind of recipe before, because the base of it is potatoes, but it is delicious. It is something that Bryce and I both love, and it's great for nachos. We mostly use it for nachos, and you can just dip chips in it, and it's great, and it's way less guilt-inducing than eating just a bunch of regular nacho cheese sauce, because you can eat a whole bunch of this and really not feel that bad because it's like made out of vegetables. So let's get started with what we need. As far as produce goes, here on my cutting board, I have 3 small russet potatoes, peeled and chopped pretty roughly. They're still in pretty big chunks. And 2 large carrots, also peeled and roughly chopped. And a half of a yellow onion that doesn't really need to be chopped. And garlic, I will probably use about 2 cloves. And now onto the rest of the stuff here. I have soy milk. You can use whatever plant-based milk you would like. Apple cider vinegar. Arrowroot flour, this acts as a thickening agent. Vegetable oil. I'm sure you could use whatever kind of oil you like. Vegetable oil is just the most tasteless, but you could go with a healthier option if you would like. Nutritional yeast. This, I am not fully sure what this is, but if you are not already eating a plant-based diet, you might not have heard of this, and it just kind of gives things the cheesy flavor. Jalapenos, we will be using both the jalapenos and the liquid in the jar, and salt. The first step is to boil a pot of water, and into the water you will put the potatoes, the carrots, and the onion. Now let this boil for 10 minutes. You don't want it to boil for longer than that because then the potatoes get a weird consistency. Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes. Okay, so while the potatoes, carrots, and onions are boiling, we are going to fill up the blender with all of this stuff that we need. So I have measuring cup and measuring spoons, and we are pretty much just gonna put all of this into here. Well, the correct measurements of all of it. Starting with a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. And next, a 1/4 cup of soy milk. Next, we want 6 jalapeno slices, or more or less, I guess, depending on how spicy or not spicy you want your cheese to be. And then we will also want 3 tablespoons of the pickling liquid that's in the jar. 1, 2, 3. I usually overdo it a little bit because I really like the jalapeno flavor in the cheese. Now for the nutritional yeast. I like to put quite a lot in because I think it does a lot for the flavor. So I'm gonna do like 4 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. 2. Now for the arrowroot flour, this I usually just kind of throw in, but I guess I'll do about a tablespoon. A little less than a tablespoon. Now we've got 2 small cloves of garlic. You are also welcome to use garlic powder if you don't want to use fresh garlic, or sometimes I have roasted the garlic first in the oven and then put it in. Either way, it's good. I like to use fresh garlic, and also I don't have any garlic powder, so we've got 2 teeny tiny cloves of fresh garlic. And now for the salt. The more salt, the better, in my opinion, because cheese itself is pretty salty, nacho cheese is pretty salty. So if you don't care about how much salt you're consuming, then just really go for it. That's kind of something that I do as like a taste as I go kind of thing. When the cheese is done, that's when I add more salt if I think it needs more. So start with less and then build it up as you go. The potatoes and the onions and the carrots are done, and I strained the liquid out, obviously, and kind of smells like vegetable soup. But we are going to now add this to the blender. All right, at this point you might be thinking that this is insane, but bear with me. This is what we've got in the blender right now. It does not look like it's gonna be anything that tastes like a cheese sauce. You know what I forgot? I forgot the apple cider vinegar. You don't really need it. I sometimes do lemon juice, but I guess I'll just put a tiny bit in. Really just like a little dribble, like a teaspoon. So now it's done. It's all blended up. I don't know if you can see that without me pouring it all over the counter. And you can put it in a Tupperware or whatever. I'm choosing a mason jar. And when you're ready to eat it, you can put it in a saucepan on a stove and heat it up again. That's our cheese sauce. The final sauce is the quickest and easiest one, and it is my peanut butter stir fry sauce. So you've seen this on this channel before. If you've been here for a while, we used to make peanut butter stir fry in the van constantly, and this is the sauce that we use for it. It can also be used as a bootable dressing or a salad dressing or just to dip vegetables in. It's just a good sauce, and it's so easy and quick, and it's great. So all you would need is peanut butter, soy sauce, garlic, and ginger. And then you can also do something to spice it up a little, like the like Asian chili sauce or sriracha. But I don't have either of those things right now, so it won't be spicy, but yeah, just 4 things. And you just put them all together and mix them up, and it's really easy and so delicious. So I'm gonna make a fairly small portion of this because all I'm going to use it for is as a salad dressing or a bootable dressing or something to just have in the fridge. If I were making it for stir fry, I would make a lot more of it, and so you can double or triple or quadruple the recipe as you please. I'm gonna start with soy sauce, and put in a half a cup. And now I'm gonna go in with the peanut butter and put in maybe 1/3 of a cup. Now I have my 2 cloves of garlic, and you can do as little or as much garlic as you want. Just go based off how much you like garlic. And I'm going to crush in the 2 cloves of garlic. And last but most certainly not least is ginger. This again, you can put in as little or as much as you would like. Usually I just start grating it in, but I'm gonna grate it into this tablespoon and see how much I'm actually putting in. All right, so this is about how much I have done. It's a little less than a tablespoon. Grab a fork and whisk it all together. All right, when you have finished whisking that together, you should have a pretty thick, pretty dark looking sauce. And at this point, I like to add water little by little so that it makes the sauce a little runnier. All right, I've got my water. I'm gonna start with like 2 tablespoons. One more. And mix it again. All right, that's actually pretty good, but I'm gonna do 1 more tablespoon just for the fun. So now, if you can see, the color is a lot lighter, the consistency is a lot thinner, and this is how I like it. So again, you can add as little or as much water as you prefer. Pour it in a jar. And that is my peanut butter stir fry sauce. We did it, that's it. Those are my 3 favorite plant-based sauces. And I don't know if I could even pick a favorite if you wanted me to. Maybe the cheese sauce. It's pretty great. They're all so great. They're all so amazing. Let me know if you try any of these, and if you do try them, let me know if you love them or if you hate them. Also, if you have any favorite plant-based sauces, leave me the recipes in the comments because I love sauce. All right, that was really fun. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.